So where are we going next? It's really hard to say because, well, it's always hard to say because you never, things happen that you don't expect. And, it can we can veer off in many different directions. History will demonstrate that you never really know what's right around the corner. But what I'm seeing right now, a couple of different things. This rift is real, right? It's real. It's cutting through families. It's cutting through communities, through churches, that people who thought they shared the same faith are now looking at each other across this chasm saying, who are you, right? And how can you say these things? And realizing maybe that similar religious language has papered over these really incredible differences for a long time, and that just can't be ignored. So what we see happening is, I think Ed Setzer called it the evangelical reckoning, where we do see a number of evangelicals saying, no, this is not my faith. This is not, and now that I see it clearly, oh, we need to talk. This is not my Christianity. This is not my gospel. This is not my Jesus, right? And this is not my country. And so trying to change that, to stand out against it. And we see a lot of people leaving churches. We see people, some pastors getting fired, employees of Christian organizations either getting forced out or just walking away. That is very real and it's happening. So the evangelical reckoning is happening on an individual level. What I also see is it's not happening much at all on an institutional level. And so when you have individuals leave organizations, leave churches, when you have Beth Moore leave the SBC, and this is being repeated on the local level all over the country right now, enough is enough, or you get fired. Who remains, right? The people who remain are often more radicalized. The voices of dissent are removed, and they can go on with what they're doing. And so I see both of those dynamics at play right now. A number of people who had kept quiet for a very long time, who had been complicit in many ways in allowing things to get to where we are now, are saying enough is enough. And there are all kinds of individual acts of courage. And at the same time, I see that institutions are really persisting in these spaces, and in some ways, radicalizing. And so I'm not really optimistic at this point. The one other thing I think that has changed significantly is, Donald Trump is no longer in the White House. And that, I think, is hugely important because the real attraction there was power. Right? Power to protect Christianity, power to protect Christian America. And as soon as Donald Trump is no longer in the Oval Office, he does not wield that kind of power anymore, right? He's not the leader of the free world. He doesn't even have a Twitter account at this point. And I think that makes a real difference. It really does. Now, it doesn't mean that what's around the corner next, but I think the longer that he's in this diminished space, perhaps the better. And I know people are competing to kind of get out in front of this, next wave. And, Ted Cruz tried at CPAC, and that didn't go over all that well. And others are trying to position themselves. But I don't really see that charismatic leader stepping out, which is what we had for the last 4 years. And I think that's just worth acknowledging. And it's hard to know what's next on that front.